the Next in Line podcast, where we are helping to prepare you for whatever is next in line. As always, I'm your host, Chance Pitts, and I would like to thank you for tuning in to this episode. Guys, as y'all are getting ready to listen to this, I should be coming back from a vacation up in Colorado, getting ready to get back in the swing of things and gear up and take off, get back full swing into work and the movement we have going on here with Next in Line. I'll have some great opportunities this coming weekend to dive into a Tough Mudder up in College Station with some great family friends, and we're just going to have fun with it, guys. We're going to get back to enjoying life, get our mindset right now that we've had the opportunity to reset up on the mountains in Colorado. So I'm really looking forward to getting back into the swing of things, at least as of right now when recording this podcast. Guys, I am hitting y'all today with a Thoughtful Thursday, but I'm going to change it up just a little bit. Now, usually I try to spin things off the cuff. I try to give them to you straight from the mouth without reading too much from any of my notes. However, I remembered that whenever I did 75 Hard this last time, I knew I was wanting to start a podcast and some motivational style speaking, so I had written out a bunch of prompts and a bunch of topics. And I have one that I've actually shared with some family friends, with some people that have been going through some things, and they've told me that it did help. It was what they needed to hear in the moment, and I thought today that I would share it with y'all. So forgive me a little bit because I will be reading this one, but I want to share this since it was a thought that I had, and this is Thoughtful Thursday. Now, before I get into it, of course, the preface: if this podcast makes you think, if it brings you some value, please make sure you're sharing these episodes with other people. Also, make sure you're following us on social media. That's at Next in Line Development on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So guys, without any further ado, I'm going to get into this topic today. And the topic I want to talk to y'all about is, what is self-harm? Let me start by telling you what it is not. Self-harm is not the answer. Suicide is not the answer. You see, our mind tricks us into believing that the negative things in our lives are ours to bear alone and that we deserve to experience these things in the worst way possible. We don't just deserve to lie in our shame. We deserve to amplify that shame or that guilt or that pain with music that is conducive to the negativity that has found its way into our lives. Misery loves company, so we do all these different things and tie them in as well that make us feel even worse and compound that pain. And it feeds into the natural human aggression to lash out against the ones we love and to even lash out at ourselves for letting the things that we can't control actually happen. It charges us with emotion and negative energy that has the adverse effect to our typical energy, dragging us down instead of building us up. And it always seems like the more we hate it, the more we're consumed by it. So how do you get out of this spot? How do you break the negative cycle and create a path for yourself back to love and genuine happiness? Guys, you have to find something to believe in. Find a reason for getting out of bed every single day. Think about the ones that depend on you and why you can't give up, why you can't quit, no matter how bad you truly want to. Guys, it's important to remember that suicide doesn't take away the pain. It just casts it freely into the winds of life. It transfers that pain to those around you and to those that you love, and then it multiplies it. Soon those loved ones are all asking themselves why they couldn't save you, why they couldn't make you happy, or why they didn't pick up the phone and check on their friend who obviously needed them. It starts a whole cycle of guilt and shame and pain within others. It casts darkness on the ones who brought you light and tried to bring you light. So that's what you must do. You must find a reason to get back to the light. You will never be able to have someone come in and just fix these problems for you, guys. People can surely help. People can be your motivating factor. But life overall is controlled by what is going on between your two ears and by what is pounding inside of your chest. You have to find your reason. Find motivation in a craft. Find it in faith, in getting yourself healthy. Hell, you can even find it in your career. You have to find a way to take that negative energy and transform it into intensity or motivation towards something that you love. The only way that you can do that, guys, is through acceptance. Accept the things that have happened in your life and understand the role that they played in your life. Whatever you've done, whatever you've lost, whatever someone else has done to you, it should no longer hold power over you, and it should hold no more power than the power that you have to pull yourself out of this situation and look towards what you're going to do next. I've been at very low points in my life. I've been close to removing myself from existence over things that seemed so big at the time. Some things that I still struggle with today in a lot of similar ways. But when I was in that moment, trying to make that decision, trying to rationalize, I realized the things that I have to live for. I realize the hard work that has been poured into me by people that love me and that wish for me to find success in life. I realize all of the people who genuinely love me for who I am now and not who I could become. I found passion and purpose in a new career and new opportunities that fueled my soul and fed my ambition. And then I used that same drive to decide what I wanted in life and where I wanted my life to go. And that discovery has been the most self-liberating experience in my entire life. So when you think you have nothing left to live for, stop and remember all of the ones who can't live without you. When you think the negatives are in such abundance that you cannot overcome them, think about all of the hard things that you've done in your life and what those experiences have done for you. Then use that energy and that positivity to pull yourself out of the pit you find yourself in. Be open and actively looking for the smallest spark of positivity. Because remember, sometimes the smallest spark, when fueled with purpose, can light the biggest fire. Guys, if you're going through something and you're struggling in your life with something that is bringing you down, you have negative energy surrounding you, you find yourself in a deep, dark place with no one to turn to and no one to talk to. Know that those people that were there for you every single time, those ones that have had your back all this way, and the ones that have genuinely cared and offered nothing but a smile and a hug whenever you needed it the most, even though the words that they had in their head could never rationalize or never move you to a place of positivity. Know that those people are still there for you. And if you feel like you're in darkness, you feel like you are surrounded by things that you can't control and you cannot get out of them, I encourage you to reach out to me. As someone who's gone through a lot of these things, and as someone who's struggled with these different deep, dark depressions and these things in my life that drug me down and almost took me to places that I could not come out of, I want to be somebody who can help you. I will be an ear to listen if you want to talk. I'll be a coach to move you in the right direction, to tell you what worked for me and what might work for you. I'll be a motivator to help make sure you're on the path that you need to be going down every single day. Guys, this is why I've started the Next in Line movement. This is why I am trying to help others. This started as a men's movement to help men who struggle with depression, who struggle with addiction, who struggle with issues within their lives that are outside of their control. However, I want to help anyone and everyone who has the courage and the strength to reach out. Even if you don't have the strength to reach out and talk to me, if I can spread positivity into your life just with the things I post or the things that I am doing with my life, that is my goal. I am here to prove that the common man, the ordinary person who I am, can do anything that they set their mind to. Guys, I've worked hard to get the things in my life that I wanted. I've worked hard to get to the point that I'm at right now in my life, and I am very, very far from where I want to be. It is overwhelming on a lot of days, and it is a constant struggle to maintain a positive attitude. I understand these things, and because of that, I am here to help. If I can do these things, if I can change my life and move myself to a positive place, then I know that you can too. I believe in you, and I have the confidence that you're going to go all the way and find your success. Guys, thank y'all for tuning into this episode of the Next in Line podcast. This was another Thoughtful Thursday. This should be dropping here in the coming week. I look forward to hearing from all of y'all. Make sure you're interacting with us on social media. That's at Next in Line Development on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Guys, also, please make sure you're sharing this podcast and that you're leaving rating and reviews for us on whatever platform you're on. It helps us grow, it helps us move in the right direction, and it helps us help people just like you. Thank y'all for tuning into this episode, and always be prepared for whatever is next in line.